All right, so you guys begin your downtime week in Norest. Uh, Going to begin on the day of, let's see, let's make sure. Is this the day that you arrived? So this is the day you arrived. So your first day of like long rest is going to begin on the 19th. Uh, so let's go over there. All right. That note. All right. So, we are doing Galahadrin is doing their Prince of Revels, going around the town, just making a ruckus and stuff. Abel is doing shopping. Is there anybody else who had other things that they wanted to be starting to do during the extended rest? I think we went over some of the training things, and people already incremented those for like learning how to use various new tools.
Yes, learning to use new tools is the plan.
Okay. All
And
right.
I'm not bothering Selena.
Yeah, well, you saw her yesterday, so if you wanted to speak to her in the interim, let me know. You gave me some notes on what you. Well, we already played through the stuff you did at your
Yeah.
hotel, so. Uh, on this day, the 19th, Aelina, you would get a summon from the princess.
I would go.
Alright. Uh, is a official summon. She told you that she was gonna have, like, an official meeting with you to sort of go over the details of the arrangement of becoming a knight and such. Would you be going alone? Would you bring anybody with you?
Um, I'd probably bring Phelan with me if Phelan is amenable to it.
I will go.
All right. All right. So yeah, you guys meet with the princess in her sort of like official meeting quarters in the palace. Uh, yeah, she greets you. There's a little lunch spread set out. She's like, ah, yes, Aelina. Good. Thank you for meeting me. I hope that your accommodations in the barracks are to your satisfaction.
They are, thank you, Your
Good,
Highness.
good, good.
Ooh,
Ah, and Mr. Phelan, it's a pleasure to see you as well.
always a pleasure, Your Highness.
Let's see. So yes, I just wanted to go over some of the details of the knight's arrangement with you, and also some information that I believe you need to be aware of as you begin your service of the crown. This is information that is best kept within uh, the royal family. You may share it with your other retainers if you feel it is necessary, but please try to limit how many people outside of uh, a trusted circle that you share this information with.
Of course.
Uh, so, I believe the most important thing to begin with is the arrangement that my brother and I have. It is a bit of an open secret in the court, but it is something that most people do not discuss openly. Are you aware of what happened to our parents and on the day of our birth?
Am I aware of those things?
No, you failed your history rolls
Oh, yes, I
way
did.
back when.
Johannes, I'm afraid I am not.
Can I make a history check?
There is no way in hell that you would even know. Abel also failed his roll, so
Mm.
none of you guys are aware. Like, yes. So when my brother and I were born, everyone else in the room, including my parents and the midwives, were found dead. We strongly suspect it was a agent of the Hobgoblin forces attempting to sow discord amongst our ranks by not just eliminating the royal line, which can be replaced with other noble houses, but by setting the environment up for a succession crisis and a civil war, as there would be no way to tell which of myself or my brother were the elder one, and thus the difficulty involved in that. In order to make sure this does not come to pass, my brother and I, many years ago, came to an agreement. As neither of us were willing to step down from a claim, we both do believe that we would be better as monarchs, but we decided that it would be best to settle that competition not with a civil war that would hurt Bosmar, but with a demonstration of who had the better capabilities for leading the nation moving forward. And it was agreed that whichever one of us was able to add the entire territory of another state to Bosmar's territory would be the one who inherits the throne. My brother and his allies have been attempting to do that through warfare against Colmar, while I have been attempting to pursue it through diplomatic relations with Lothram, attempting to bring them into the fold more peacefully, preferably with a political marriage. Part of the reason that your service as a knight appealed to me is that it would demonstrate to Lothram that knights outside of just Bosmar would find me an agreeable figure to serve and to lead the people of Aventicum in unification. She sort of stops and just waits for you guys to take that in. No questions?
Forgive me, I
No,
don't
yeah.
believe it's my place.
You, here as a retainer, Aelina trusts you. I don't know you that much, but if you have her trust in her employ, you are in her service. This is a private meeting. I don't worry about you speaking out of turn in front of, other nobility over court at large. You may feel free to ask questions as you see fit. I assume Aelina brought you for a reason, so.
No, I told
So
him explicitly.
she, trying to see if I could piece together exactly what was just said. The intent is to make yourself a more winning proposal for the king of. Did you say Bosmar? Did she say Bosmar?
You're in Bosmar. She is trying to win over the kingdom of Lothram, which is to the east.
Got it. So having another knight would make you more appealing to the king of Lothmar?
In addition to protecting our people, as Aelina has proven herself quite competent, I was hoping to bring you with me on some diplomatic missions to Lothmar to attempt to help persuade the king and the nobility over there that Bosmar is a worthy kingdom to join. This has been an ongoing effort of mine. I have made quite a few inroads, but that was the main reason why, though you caught both my brother's and mine's eye, it is why I pulled dibs on you, so to speak. You are a foreign knight of good standing and talent, and I believe that you would add to my argument in that way. Of course, this is before we were aware of any of this, the Knights Eternal things which are happening. Would this be something that still appeals to you in helping me in this endeavor?
Yes, it does. I want to. Uh, sorry. I. It is my wish to see this kingdom remain strong, Your Highness. And any way I can help in that, I will be of service.
I appreciate that. Glad to have your support, and I hope that we can continue our arrangement as planned. Part of the stipulations of my brother and mine's agreement was to not sabotage each other and to keep our retainers from sabotaging the other side on our behalf. I will admit, this has been trickier than I would have hoped, but we have made a decent go of it so far until recently. And she sort of gives you guys a look. Let me know if you feel like you
What
should make insight
happened
checks.
recently?
Go ahead and make insight checks.
Yeah. I did bring up to her before what I sent you on what she was hoping
Yeah.
her.
That's part of this conversation, if you want to bring that up.
Yeah.
You guys are kind of... This is something that you guys have all the information that you would need to make conclusions. I am not going... Those rolls are not high enough for me to give you the answer. But she does give you a very, like, expectant look of like, oh, you should know exactly what this is.
Forgive me, Your Highness. I am afraid my memories. With all of the recent events, it appears my memory is worse than I.
I think I know what she's referring to, but
Yeah, but she didn't bring you.
she did not bring me.
I
No.
didn't bring you.
So she sort of like flies a bit and is like, when you requested to assist with House Whitewater, I approved of you going to aid them on our behalf as a gesture of goodwill for someone of my faction to be assisting someone of my brother's faction. And instead what occurred is one of the houses assisting my brother's efforts economically is no longer existing. This has caused no small amount of consternation in the small amount of people who, in the circles of people who have been informed, such as my brother and the Marquis. And I have been seeking for ways to smooth over the ruffled feathers, because from an outside perspective of someone in the nobility, it appears as though a knight who I have chosen to serve me, I lent to my brother and sabotaged his faction's efforts, which puts us in quite a predicament.
I would hope that you know, but it must be stated that that was not my intent or our intent at all.
Oh no,
Going
I
into
I
it.
am aware of this. My brother is aware of it. It is, unfortunately though, we lead factions of people who we cannot make privy to your exceptional circumstances and all of the deeds which you accomplished in that circumstance. Which puts my brother and I in both a tight space. He does not necessarily blame you directly. He understands what occurred and why it did. But he must save face. And to that end, while we had initially waived it as a matter of expediency and courtesy, my brother has chosen to invoke a right of trial for you and your group. On next set day, which is the 24th of Morin, you will face a challenge in the arena led by one of his knights, and you must face them in a mock combat. There will be healers on hand to tend to whichever side is wounded, uh, and you must do this in front of an audience of nobles to prove your competency in order to become knights, or in order to become a knight with your retinue.
Of course.
Is there, forgive me, are there rules that we will be made aware of? Is there education on how this should work? While Aelina and Abel are both fully court trained, unfortunately I am from the backwoods. I would not know how to go about conducting myself in this matter, other than simply raise my sword and defend myself.
Yes, that is a good question. Fortunately for you, while the knights in our direct employ are often expected to understand proper protocol and such, the retainers they hire are often mercenaries and sellswords who are merely hired for their proficiency at their skills. This will be a practical demonstration of your competency in combat, to show that you are deserving of your position as a knight of the royal family and their respective warband.
I see.
I
So this is less a courtly duel and more a very fancy version of a back alley boxing match.
But yes, that's a not inaccurate metaphor.
Very well.
do have a question, Your Highness.
Of course.
Some of my combat abilities are now tied, and she gestures with one hand to where her wings would be.
I would limit yourselves to only what you wish the general public to be aware of.
What would you
I'm
have me
gonna
roll to keep my cool?
If that's a character choice, if you want to roll to decide for yourself, you certainly may.
Uh,
I was literally about to say I turned to lock eyes with Phelan.
shit. Okay, so are we like drinking anything? Is there something I can like
Yeah, there's like tea.
visibly choke on?
Yeah, there's tea and cookies and sandwiches and stuff. It's like a little, Fire Emblem Three Houses tea time thing.
Sounds good. Yeah, let's just visibly choke on our drink.
Is there a problem, Mr. Phelan?
There are abilities I use that I am not sure I want the people knowing.
Well, there will be other wizards in attendance. I don't know how secretive you are of your craft. I'm not sure if you've been formally trained or if you're
I
more of a
have
head.
decidedly not been formally trained.
Well, in that case, I would actually suggest that a overt demonstration of your abilities would be good to show the other wizards who operate in the circle of nobility, to show what your abilities are, so that they might even share some techniques in exchange for your unique perspective on the arcane ways.
I fear that might be a level of trust I'm not fully comfortable giving just yet.
Well, I don't assume to understand the minds of the wizarding folk. They're primarily high elves who their motivations are honestly beyond me, but yes, again, my answer to you is the same as my answer to Aelina. Just act in whatever way you are comfortable in the public knowing about. I don't have much worry, even if you are limiting yourself. My brother has decided to make this test easy, and so it will merely be Sir Jace and his warband, just 4 people, to 2 other sort of knights in training, as well as 2 marksmen. There will not be any wizards or magic casters on his employ. Those are not his specialty. He is more of a court knight, if you would, and a bodyguard to my brother.
That would be 5 total. So Jace, 2 knights, 2 marksmen.
Yes.
So 1 per. Absolutely.
It's the typical size of a warband, yes. Now, that being said, oh, yes?
No, please continue. My question has to
No,
do with
please.
the letter that I sent you about. Was it a letter? No, I told her in person.
Yeah, you told her in person.
I was hoping, well, now after the trial, of course, if we could speak more about my other specific duties, ones that I brought to you, especially in light of all the.
Yes, that is part of what I was wishing to discuss as well. So, I expect you to prove yourselves at the at the at the duel. You don't necessarily need to win, although I do expect it, just given the. I cannot imagine that Jace would be more deadly than a score of demons infesting a house, but there always are surprises. But once you do take your full oath, uh, you will become an official knight of the royal family. It does not come with a title, although a title can be rewarded if you prove yourself in the service with a barony. But if you are awarded a barony, you would need to then, being a noble, you would be placed as a vassal of one of the 3 Marquis families and no longer serve the royal family directly. That is the structure of things. But that would not be for quite a long time. Uh, our resources would be open to you for any reasonable amount. I have been trying to reconcile your requests for wishing to travel to places such as Avency against my wishes to have you aid me in our discussions in Lothram. Uh, Due to their proximity with Avency, Lothram has a very complicated relation with the Regency. Uh, it is nearby. There might be a way so that while we are in Lothram in some area, that we can make a detour to visit Avency, but it would be something we would need to go out of our way for.
I would not want to impose that upon you.
That being said, the Archbishop Spade has informed me that you requested him to look into lost runes that might hold additional relics to help combat the demons. And I believe that there have been some locations in Lothram which were overrun by the gnolls, which could potentially house some lost relics. I have asked him to focus his search on that area, and if we can recover something of importance to Lothram, then that would also help our endeavors with their king. Were there any other areas that you wish to discuss in uh, your duties moving forward?
Um, if there are, uh, if my retinue and I stumble upon things that might potentially be important to either Bossmar or whatever is going on with the Knight's Eternal Demon situation, I will make sure that you are the first person I come to. And
I appreciate that. Thank you.
I have frankly, Your Highness, if I may speak plainly,
You may.
no fucking clue what has happened. And she looks embarrassed by the fact that she cursed.
That is an unfortunate yet understandable thing to hear. If there's anything I can do to assist, I'm more than happy to help. However, I hope you can understand, now that I've brought you into my confidence, what my goals
Inappropriate is
are and why
fair.
they are important. I wish to avoid any unnecessary bloodshed, as well as anything that could harm Bosmar as a whole, and I do wholeheartedly believe that uh, it would be better if I took the throne over my brother, but I am not willing to put the country in jeopardy in order to do so.
And that is completely understandable, Your Highness.
Phelan, you had a comment?
I simply was saying that it might be inappropriate to swear. Understandable, but perhaps inappropriate.
Perhaps.
No.
But yes, if there's nothing else that you wish to discuss with me, I do have other matters to attend to. Please feel free to enjoy the rest of the refreshments. And she'll...
Your Highness,
Yes?
would it be wildly out of turn to ask a more personal question?
I believe of any situation that we might find ourselves in, this would possibly be the best time to ask such a question.
You mentioned the Knights Eternal thing that Aelina has found herself wrapped up in. May
Yes?
I ask your opinion on the potential rising of them?
That is something I would prefer to leave for the archbishops. It's my duty as a member of a noble line, of a royal line, who helped knit the Aventicum back together after the loss of the Empire, that it is our duty to hold these nations as stable and strong as possible until whatever plans the Trinity has in store for it come to fruition. I am focused on my goal, and if there are workings beyond my ken occurring around me, then it is for the best if I continue to do my clearly prescribed goal until such time. If that means assisting Aelina, I'm more than happy to do that.
Got it. I appreciate you taking the time to answer.
She didn't answer that in particular.
That
Like, is no
answer as
Vagabond?
well as you can.
Vagabond sent me a whisper. So if you want to ask her like flat out, she didn't.
Nope.
Your Highness, I'm so sorry to take up any more of your time. But about the job, you asked me what feels like forever ago. That's out of character. What?
I mean, that could also be in character. A lot's happened.
That's true. That is true. What feels like a very long time ago. What I was hoping, or along those lines, of what being your knight would be. And I spoke of something that I find would be incredibly important, especially in these times. After the dealings with Lothram, is there a chance that we could revisit that? I think actually, maybe specifically, from where I come from and the time I have spent where I have, I would be of best use in that manner.
I will be quite honest, Aelina, that's not necessarily something that has been part of my focus in my endeavors. That's something that usually my my grandfather would handle. But I will say, if we can conclude the, as you said, business in Lothram in such a way that makes me the heir apparent, then I would likely have use for that position to be filled by somebody who assisted me in ascending the throne.
Of course, Your Highness.
She sort of nods and said, and if there's nothing else, I would bid you good day. And she sort of nods her head slightly at you, and then takes off.
Well, she's a delight.
Truly. Shall we go inform everyone that we're now in a street fight?
Yeah, that
It
seems
will
wise.
it will be like in a little tournament arena that they have in the city, like off the barracks and stuff. They got like a little tiny Roman Coliseum-esque thing.
Very cute.
Yeah, you return
Yeah.
to everybody else.
Hey, Ball.
Yes.
Galahadra? Mero? Everyone. I'm keeping
Welcome to
track.
the party.
Are you guys just like at a tavern or something, just having a ruckus?
That's right. There are why are there no cats and dogs in the city? How come there are only
There are
pigeons and
cats and
rats?
dogs. There's just not like when you say wildlife. There's not like a lot of rabbits or deer or whatnot. Like it
Well,
is.
yeah, but like we're near like in a medieval city, like the peasants are kind of in the outer ring outside with the farm gear. 'Cause this is before refrigeration. So
Yeah.
like there's sheep.
Yeah.
They're around. And they're on
Yeah.
the chandelier.
Well, and that's the thing is there's people. If there are sheep and dogs and cats around, there are also people to restrain them from being on the chandelier and such.
No, they're also having a good time.
Yeah, you're fighting against their nature for it. But yeah, there's probably some amount of ruckus going on involving animals.
Yeah.
Lots of pigeons and rats, though.
All right. Well, they're noble animals all the same.
There's probably a few messenger hawks who have been just like shirking their duties. They've got
They're
like able
bobbing
you
to the
look around,
music.
there's a few like official looking messenger hawks with like letters still strapped to their legs that this is a very this is a very dangerous breach of information safety.
He says he wants to dance.
Yeah, they're doing a conga line.
It appears that with our dealings in Pontem, a trial for my knighthood must. Are you all ready to face another knight in his warband?
Oh, that kind of trial.
Mm-hmm.
I
Oh
was-
no,
I
we're
wa-
not in any legal trouble.
I was about to say, I'm not a barrister or anything.
It would probably actually be a priest of Rithmus.
Yes, I'm not a priest. What do I look like, a priest? Um, it'll be just like old times back at the academy.
It will. It's in fact in the Colosseum.
Oh, okay. So won't even be our first time spilling blood there.
No, not at all. I'm actually kind of excited. I am worried about Phelan.
What about him?
We were told exclusively that anything we do not want the general public to know are powers we should leave contained.
Hmm.
I will be fine. I can make do.
Well, we'll have Gus. We haven't exactly been keeping him secret, so...
Yeah, there's always Gus. Big Gus might be the issue.
We also haven't been keeping Big Gus a secret.
Big Gus has almost been solely used to attack things that ended up dead.
If he has been sighted, he'd be like a horrific cryptid. Rumors of him being stretched and twisted, from person to person, like the Mothman.
I would like to remind you that we did in fact pull Big Gus out in a city.
Did we?
Yeah, when we fought the basilisks.
That is true. How alone are we, by the way? Like, are we in our own
Not
room?
at all. You're in the
Not
middle
at
of a
all.
raucous party.
Then absolutely not.
The
We will not
conga
be
line
talking
goes
about
past.
what I intend to talk about.
Yeah. You can go to a place that's secluded. It's just if you're going to where Galahadron is, Galahadron's in the middle of causing a ruckus. So
Yeah, I mean, that tracks.
Also, happy 1 year, team.
For what? Oh, have we been doing this for a year?
Yeah.
That's actually kind of crazy.
yeah. All right. Yeah. Anything else you guys wanted to sort of discuss? Again, if you want to only discuss things in private, you can go and talk in private. Like you've got the rest of the extended week to go. I don't have any triggered events until the end of it. So
I mean, eventually I do want to talk to everybody in private.
yeah, we can
To
sort of
the in
fast forward that.
private.
To the in private. I believe it is time we discuss the particulars of what is happening around me. And then I'll definitely tell them about the whole chat with Selena about being told that she and I both know that she is not in fact Genevieve, and her telling me that Genesis is a group that I'm specifically supposed to be kept away from. And I do not know what is happening. I have plans to try to figure it out. I believe that Gary, if any of you remember that man, is also part of it. So I
May he
don't
rest
know
in peace.
how.
He's
All of
not
this,
dead. He's
Oh,
all of this to preempt that likely something is going to happen to or around me, and I fear I will probably need help.
Will you have my support?
sure.
I don't have anything else on my schedule.
Excellent. Well, that's good. I intend to keep talking to Selena specifically about why my hair is turning green. I intend to corner Gary and ask if he knows anything. I have already sent a letter to my home to see what I can start finding from them. But it may be possible that we need to track down Genesis and find them before they find me.
Done. Whatever I can do to be of assistance.
Galahadron looks around for Genesis. Out the window, I guess.
make a perception check, I guess.
Okay. I love the I guess on there. That makes me feel like this is going to be a good, easy roll. Let's see. They're right there. Got 100 points.
You point at a sheep who is currently chugging a mug of ale, while several people look on in horror.
He's definitely up to something.
How is he holding it in his hoof?
Such
It's
a
best we
technical
don't ask
ballad.
these questions.
It's like how they climb cliffs. The balance.
Well done.
Yeah, that was masterful.
That was beautifully executed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anything else to be discussed or done during the extended rest?
I would like to continue checking back to see if Johan has gotten back to me, and at some point I would like to talk to Selena. But
Okay.
I also don't want to dominate this whole half of a game.
You will not get a response until the end of the extended rest.
Motherfucker.
If you go to check on Serena, when you go to check to ask if she is there, you are told that she is away on official church duties, but that if you wish to speak to the Archbishop, that can he can make time for you.
Can I leave a note?
Yeah.
Excellent. Then I would like to leave a sealed note on her desk. I can make a seal.
Yeah, you would.
That's gotta
You
be
would need
easy.
to.
Yeah.
You would need to give it to somebody. You're not given access to her
Yeah, that's
quarters or
fine.
anything. Yeah.
I can still seal it.
Yeah.
Assuming somebody has wax I can use.
Abel probably does.
Yeah, I'll hook you up. I got plenty.
Thanks, homie.
The drug days are back, but instead of drugs, it's wax.
All right. Anything else?
No. Unless Gary came back into town.
Gary does not come back.
Tiny fuck.
All right. We are going to then skip ahead. Go ahead and refresh all of your extended rest abilities. They all regain all their charges. It's something you'll have to do manually because D&D 5e doesn't have an extended rest option. So
How do we do that?
just go to the ability and change whatever the number is to the maximum number.
I don't think I've used any of my extended rest abilities.
Your main extended rest, yeah, you don't, yeah, you usually don't. And your main one is if Gus ever dies, you can recreate him. So, Phelan, that is the letter you receive.
Did you send it to me already?
I just
Oh, you sent it on this.
Yeah.
Got it.
Aelina, the princess, calls you in, calls you in for a quick meeting. I'm not sure how deep you want to get into it, but she first hey, your tournament's tomorrow. Here's the date, the time, all that stuff. Gives you the particulars of it. She also mentions that she has been getting complaints by a group representing some of the wood elves who have taken up residence in the city and converted to the faith, that there is a druid from the woods who is faithless and is performing weird rites at various taverns and does not represent them or their culture or their dedication to the faith, and they want to have no part in these weird pagan debauchery things. And she just sort of reads that letter of complaint aloud and then just looks at you and is like, "You wouldn't happen to know what this is about, would you?"
No, Your Highness.
Very well. Good luck at
Though
the...
I'm sure that this aforementioned druid will cease soon.
I hope so. I do not like to have to address these concerns. I don't know why they're so worked up. And she, just wishes you the best of the duel, and is just like, it is not a big issue for her. It's just complaint thing she had to field. So, all right. Were there any, and you guys also would get a long rest if you haven't already done a long rest too.
Oh,
Were there,
I also wanted to send a letter with all of with a rundown of all the cursed items we had to the people.
to what people?
God, the mages that I said I would send that to. Shit.
The pretty lady.
Yeah, the pretty lady.
Okay.
You,
Yeah,
you know her?
The
the
elves.
surrogate of House Goldcliff?
Yes.
Or of
Absolutely.
House Velacanth in Goldcliff. Yeah. Certainly do that. What are you putting in there? Just like, hey, these are what they are and these are what they do, sort of
With
things?
Abel's permission, exactly that. We have found these. This is what they do. And again, if we think it's wise, tell them why we think it's happening. But I can also just leave that shit out.
Okay, so you've come across 3 of these that you're aware of. Would you be listing all 3?
Haven't we
Well, if
come
they
across 4?
It's 2.
Oh, yeah, you can include the staff. Yeah, well, that's the question. What are you including in the letter?
So definitely the spear and the crossbow.
Yep.
I knew we got 4. I just can't remember what those 4 are. I thought we had 4. Didn't we have 4?
You gave, it was the staff that you found from the priest in the first village that you
Right.
gave
Yeah.
away. And then you were also shown the sword that the
Right.
Baron Blackbriar had that
Yes.
you sort of left with
So I
him.
would detail all 4 of them
Okay.
and give an idea of what they are, what they do, where they came. Well, as best as I know, where they came from, and run it all past Abel and ask if he do you believe we should also include our belief on why or how they were created.
How much do we think they know already?
That such heavy politicking is something I will leave to you, Abel.
Oh boy. I thought I got out of that when I got out of the nobility.
And then you went to work for the royal family. Congratulations.
you can take the boy out of the nobility, but you can't take the nobility
I
out
got
of
out
the
of
man.
office politics. I went to work for the government.
Yeah. I mean, I was already working. I got out of working for the government and I started working for the other, even bigger government.
Yeah.
Government inception.
Governmentception. That's right. Um, I'm trying to remember. Phelan, have you told them about the holes in space?
I have told them nothing.
You've told them nothing. Um, how much do we trust?
Is is that something that you're sending to me as a message, Al, or is that a letter that you're writing?
That is the letter to Serena.
Okay.
Selena? Is it Selena?
Serena. It's with
Serena.
an
Okay.
R, like Williams.
I keep thinking it's Catwoman.
No, not Selena Kyle. Sorry, sorry, Thur, go ahead.
I'm just having trouble remembering. Who knows what?
And why
And
and how.
Yeah.
And frankly, where?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
The high elves that Phelan has been talking to, which are purely limited to your great uncle and the surrogate for House Velacanth, he has shown them his magic. They have done like little inspections of it. They've been very curious, and they just wish to know more. They have given very little useful responses back. More
they
just like, oh, this is very curious.
they're like an elven sewing circle or something. But with
Yeah.
magic. Um, yeah, I mean, the whole thing with the demons is kind of a state secret, right?
Yeah, although you have no idea if the high elves know about it as well. Like they've depending upon how much they know from Imperial. Like they
Yeah.
do not get involved, so you have not felt them out about demons in any way, shape, or form.
Maybe we should, honestly. But I feel like that's not our secret to divulge at this point. Right, because the Crown seems to be pretty keen on keeping a lid on all of this.
The Crown and the Church,
Yeah.
which they have given you the impression that it is less about like heresy or like information control, more just like, hey, let's not tell people about these, terrible things
Right.
clawing the door.
Okay. In that case, I feel like they're less wont to panic. So yeah, so maybe we do include it with the caveat of like, don't spread this around. But this is
Yeah, obvious. I was gonna include something along the lines of like, this is still a working theory and definitely not good news, so it's not something we should be spreading about all willy-nilly.
yeah.
Though in a decidedly more Phelan way of putting it.
Okay, yeah. So I guess we do include the information then about the rifts and what's happening.
Okie dokie. I'll
See
pen something up.
see if they know anything.
Okay, sounds good. All right. Anything else as the day of the duel approaches? No. Okay.
I forgot to roll my blacksmith stuff. Oops.
Yeah, you
I
can
got
go ahead. You can
distracted.
also, depending upon what your skill is, you could just take 10s for all those. Like, what's your bonus?
It's not on my cheat sheet.
It does
Open.
also take double time to take 10.
It's a +8.
Yeah, you could take 10 and succeed. It's 5 checks worth, so it's 5 days. Like, yeah, you could take 10. Like, I gave you those. There's no official rules for repairing armor, so I just kind of winged it. It's just like, this is your downtime activity. So, if you just want to take 10 on that and spend the money for materials.
I don't actually. Fun fact, I don't have that money.
I have lots of money. How
I
much
mean,
do you
if
need?
you 52 gold.
Oh, done.
And then I would have enough. Then I would have no money. But I'm
Uh,
sure I'm getting a stipend
how
eventually.
much
You
is
have
the?
no money?
I
I
mean,
would have no money.
that's where I was. That's where I was. How much is the total?
I think it's 5. You said 500, correct?
Yeah.
I can let me put in 250, just so you have some left over.
Bit.
Did I? Uh-oh.
All right, so it's
I'll be honest. You can use Olive. Well, I don't know how much money I'm supposed to have. Probably the same as everybody else, right? Because realistically, we would all have the same distribution.
Yeah, I'm in the same
yes and-
boat. You can have my money.
I will not be purchasing items in the future, as far as I'm aware. It's not a mini game I'm interested in.
well, I took off the 250 from mine. So if you guys want to go in and pay for the other half for her,
No, she's on her own with this one, but in the future.
okay. Well, if I need money for potion materials, I know where to go.
Right? Well, I'll just have marrow as okay. Math do.
Did you say Mountain Dew? What?
Yep. No, I said math. I was
Marrow
like,
is
do,
Mountain
do, do.
Dew, actually. Like, as
Marrow?
a character concept, that's what it feels like.
Hell yeah. Let's fight.
All right.
Wait, we're fighting?
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me. Where are we?
Welcome to the game,
Is this-
Parth.
is
Glad you
this-
can make it.
Is this a fighting game?
Let
I don't think
me-
so. I thought this was just a talking game.
Let me run a long rest real quick. And
You
make
have an
sure-
extended rest. You get all your zoomies back.
Okay, how do I do that?
My gods.
Bro, I haven't been here. Like, for 3
I'm aware.
sessions.
I'm aware. There you go. Okay, all your charges are back.
Thank you. We're still level 6, right?
Yep,
Okay.
you just got there, so.
Okay. Well, game's broken. Totally dark? Is that intentional?
Just
You
drop
need
your
to-
token in.
Yeah,
Drop a token in.
Probably not over there.
and you guys, like, anywhere.
I
Oh, yeah.
still can't see the map. How do I
That was
drop a
too far
token?
for you to move, Jack.
You should be able to see the map.
How do I drop a token? Do I just drag from the character
You already
thing?
did. Your tokens
Okay,
there.
well, it obviously doesn't work. Let me refresh.
I'm gonna give everybody a rallying pep talk before in the morning of their big
okay.
breakfast.
Where is... I don't have dirt.
Dirt is in the folder for companions.
So everybody can
Nope. Oh, there we go. Okay.
get 11 temporary hit points to start.
Everybody?
Everybody.
Everybody. Wow. It's amazing how good Dirt looks as a character to not have 10 hit points.
Yeah, it's something we probably should have noticed.
It's okay. I'm here now.
I know. I see you.
Give me the fun part of the game. We're good. Did I get... Hold on, real quick. Did I get anything for leveling up?
Yeah, you now don't need to use a bonus action to command Dirt, and Dirt gets stronger. Let me just double check that, because I did the leveling up for you because there were.
So he can heal
fucking lucky
himself
things.
using Fury. I think we just use the same... Like, we just use the same bank for Fury.
Yeah, your Fury. So usually Fury is on the companion, but I put it on you because you requested eventually multiple companions. So,
Mhm.
so it's on you, so you can spend that Fury on whatever companions you eventually have.
Modifier. Finish a long rest of 3. Okay, it just means I can heal without having to having a Fury to heal. Okay.
And you also get to choose, if he goes into a rampage, you get to choose who the target is. He doesn't do it randomly, so. Yeah, and you can.
Well, it's always been based on a check.
Well, no, going into a rampage is based on a check, but if you fail the check and he still rampages, he doesn't just lash out randomly. You can choose who he
It was always the
lashes
nearest
out at.
one, and you could choose yourself.
Yeah, but now you can choose. Before it was the nearest one. Now you can choose.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Sure. All right. What are we
All
doing?
right. All right.
Aelina and Phelan, don't forget your 11 temporary hit points.
I would never forget my 11 temporary hit.
Whoop.
How do I add that? There it is.
God, I thought there were bugs on my screen, and it's just your fucking mice.
So there are the cursors. Yeah, those are definitely very gnat-like. So I didn't put them here. The stands are not full by any means. It is more of a more private affair. They're just like nobles in the stands, not necessarily the general public, but still enough nobles for enough, down to minor houses that whatever happens here will get out in general. Also, like, servants and retainers and stuff. Some people who you see as you sort of enter the dueling arena, Abel, you see your... Oh, how to describe it? Count Gavin Cheltencastle, who was your aunt's father, who's there. He is there with a young, very pretty halfling woman who is dressed in very fine clothes. And as you sort of enter into the stand, she's like, "Oh, Abel, my boy! Abel, my boy! Good.
Oh God.
Break a leg! Is that only for theater? I don't know if that's a good
All
thing to
right,
say."
we got fans.
I'm gonna wave at him.
Ah, yes,
Smile
yes.
and wave.
He would have probably also. I don't know, because this is like he probably got here as soon as he could. So okay, so that's that. First time you've seen him since all that. I don't know if you would have reached out to him about anything official or anything, but
Probably not. No.
so he's there. I don't have a token for him, but Aelina, you see not shouting, not cheering, but up in the sort of like VIP box with the prince and princess, you do see Rowan looking at you, and like he gives you like a not like a thumbs. Yeah, he gives you a thumbs up. He's like, good luck and stuff, and just gives you a wry smile.
I will dip my head in acknowledgement of
Yeah.
that.
Return, and then yeah, and then just some other like a lot of nobles that you two would know in the throngs, but nobody else of necessary importance. Let me know if there's anyone specific you would be looking for whatever reason.
I would be looking for Sia and Torin in case they were here.
Neither of them are nobles, so no.
Oh, they would not be here. You are correct.
I will be looking specifically for Serena.
So the archbishops are here. Archbishop Spade has a different attendant with him. It looks like a
Delightful.
young orcish lad in deacon's robes.
I do lean over to Phelan because we've had this conversation, and I go, "You see the man in the royal box? That's Rowan."
Yeah. Ah. Delightful.
Let's see. Oh, and I think Rebecca Dragonwell would be somewhere in the crowd as well.
I was just thinking about that. Yeah.
Cheering very much for Galadrin.
Your friend is very
she
nice.
made banners and everything.
Not that bad. Very classically, just like, oh yes, get him, Galadrin. You can do. Yeah.
You go, girl.
But yeah.
I will go, girl.
Prince and princess, they sort of stand up. They're like, I hereby call this duel between Knight Jace Barcroft and Knight Aspirant Aelina Katala for the position of a knighthood of the Royal Army. Begin! And just very informal, very, laconic. Just like, yep, we're just starting this, no real preamble. This is a can you fight sort of thing. So let us go ahead.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like.
Roll some initiative.
So what do we think, guys? Should I just actually? So what are we thinking? Should I just go for this? Do I hide what I can do? Any ideas would be nice.
You
Pull it
should
out
go
as
all
a-
out.
What is it? Call it clutch?
Good enough for me.
I think we should go for those trick shots first. So, you do what makes you comfortable, Phelan. I will not ask any more than that from you.
Alright. I should probably do...
That sword at the bottom looks like the one you get from the like foam sword rack in WoW.
How do I see?
Yeah, kinda. I can see it.
Interesting.
What is that?
Can you get there in one turn without anything else?
I'll have to zoomies.
You'll have to zoomies.
But it's okay because I won't. I mean, this is like an arena, right? So nothing can get away.
Yeah.
Theoretically.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's see.
There are also like priests on the sidelines ready to heal anybody who's grievously wounded. So After the duel's over, of course. All right, Abel.
Let's see.
Where are you?
Well, first of all, I have graceful entrance, so before combat starts, I'm definitely not surprised.
Nope.
So I can move half my movement speed, and I would normally give people temporary hit points, but they don't stack. So I'm going to charge forward and dodge,
All right.
and I'm going to give Galahadrin and Marrow urgent orders so they can use the reactions. So I get to give out a free order because I dodged, and then I'm going to spend a leadership die to give out a second order. So these are both going to be urgent orders to I guess Mary, you said you can get there on your own, right? So this would be to Aelina.
I can get there, but I won't have an attack. I'll just be ready next time.
Okay, what if you
Which
could move
I
up?
guess I don't know that it's worth. Go ahead. Sorry.
Well, I just want to get up in their faces, right? Because if we can intercept getting their backline with their archers, right?
Mhm. Well, I don't know that I need to use zoomies because next turn anyway, I could just use my movement. Like I can get there with zoomies, but the problem is that I wouldn't have because it's using my action, right? Am I stupid?
No, Zoomies doubles your movement. Doesn't use your action.
Oh, okay. Why
Yeah,
did I read that? I can't read. Okay. Anyway, that's fine then. Yeah, I'll get up there and at least get a hit in.
Okay, so you don't need help.
Nope.
Okay, then it's going to be Galahadrin and Aelina. You can use your reaction to move up to your movement speed. And I am dodging.
Oh, but I'm like the last person, so.
Thought I was. I am not. Good lord.
Yeah, Jason the trick shots did not roll well.
Okay, neither did I.
All right. Abel, anything else?
That's movement, action, and bonus, so...
All right. Cool. So I think they are going to move up. And they're going to take out their javelins, and they're going to throw a javelin at Abel. Nope. And this up is going to throw a javelin at... I guess Galahadrin's the next closest up, so yeah. Okay, so 5 damage there, Galahadrin.
it's not showing us what
Why
you're
are they
rolling.
private?
Oh, why is it? Oh, no. Public roll.
Can't be right.
Secret
let me-
roll.
I don't think you want me to... I'll re-roll the Galahadrin one. There you go. Alright. And that, I believe, is them. Oh, wait, no, they get 2 javelin attacks. They're going to make one at Aelina, and then the other one is going to be 2 at Abel, because Abel is out in front. Alright, they suck. Galahadrin.
All right. Let's see. Just barely out of range right there.
You can run up and ready.
That's true. Be ready for it. Whoop. Not that. Yeah, I guess I'll sprint up here. And then yeah, that's it. I'll just sprint up there.
Okay. Aelina.
Hmm, let's see. Okay. I have to do that on the next turn. Yeah. I am going to move up here. Sprint here. I'm really debating on my echo. It's so useful.
Yeah.
I mean, it could threaten the archers
That's
in the
exactly
She's
back.
what I
debating
was
on
thinking.
using it at all.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, I'm planning on eventually making my way that way.
If only this arena weren't oval.
Where's
Um.
Dirt?
Right next to you.
Right there.
Where's Marrow? Oh, they're just on top of each other. Got it.
I didn't
There-
even move him.
It's a dog stack.
I moved him. Not me.
I would like
Bert
to
just
use the
likes to
dog
cuddle.
stack as a distraction. For my echo.
You're stacking my
here.
dogs. Get them.
I don't remember where my token is for my echo.
You're right here.
No, I found it. I found it. Oh, this is a really hard choice. Yes, it's too useful.
All right. So as your shadow sort of takes off on its own and manifests a version of you that sort of swirls with an oil on water rainbow effect next to Jace Vera, gasps from the crowd. As to, "Oh, what is that? I didn't know she could do that. What is that? Is that magic? Is she a wizard?" Confusion and excitement. Jace is very taken aback of like, what the hell? What's... Ah. All right.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
That's it for me. That was dashing, action, movement, bonus action.
Okay. At the end of your turn, Jace, sort of frightened by this copy, is just gonna order his the trick shots. It's like, shoot them with a villain action, because so
You
this
ordering
one
son of a bitch.
is going to shoot at that. I believe that hits and destroys the image.
I'm just gonna move it over here.
Yeah. And the other one still has a shot available, so we are going to shoot at Aelina. There, that's 35 feet.
Miss. Fuck you.
Yeah, okay. So that was his villain action. Let me just make sure. Is there anything else in there? And then these two, they also have ranged actions. They have javelins. They're going to throw javelins at the people next to them, but there's going to be with disadvantage.
Yeah, I was...
And this one, javelin, but disadvantage.
Okay.
So it's against Aelina.
I'll take it, I guess.
All right, Phelan.
Fireball.
All right.
down. Close enough. Ah, come on. Well, close enough.
Well, click the spell.
Oh, right. Where
Oh,
is
you
my
actually
character?
have Fireball.
I actually have Fireball. Yeah.
Uh,
Where did my character? There he
He
is.
doesn't have a character. That's the problem.
Yes, I know. Cast it without the spell. I don't have spell level. Get it. Oh, hey,
wow.
cool.
And then, yeah, there you go. It places the measure template.
2, 3, 4, 5.
All right.
So that's 5 out of 8 d6. Rolled a 6.
That's how we do it, son. I'm your wizard, bitch.
I suppose you are a wizard.
Ah, you dick. And as long as I stay a comfortable 120 feet back, it should be fine. Well, that
All
cost
right.
a pretty penny.
They are all looking very rough, even the guy who saved. All right. And there are sort of shouts, and it's like, oh, she's got a wizard. Oh, I didn't know she had a wizard. Oh, it's astounding. Meanwhile, like, all of Jace's people are just like bog standard. It's just mercenaries. He's just like, oh.
Welcome to my world.
All right.
Wait,
Anything
are there
else?
going to be?
Yeah?
Are there going to be multiple rounds, or is it just this one fight?
It's,
Not if I keep
as
doing
far as
shit
you
like
guys are
that.
aware, it's just this one fight. All right. It's Jace's turn. He's going to be just suitably spooked by all this. He is going to run up to Aelina, and he is going to bonus action kick Aelina. So strength save.
Okay. So fucking rude.
Sweeps the
All right,
leg.
you do not
Or
take
not.
damage, and you stay standing. And then he is going to take 2 attacks at you. And he is going to, he's going to swing. He's going to swing, and that second one, he is going to exploit opening.
What does that
Usability.
mean?
Which means
Means
he
your
gives
opening is
himself
exploited.
advantage, and he can do that 3 times a day. So, I believe the second one still misses, but he hits you with the first one.
No, my AC is 17.
He hit you with a 26.
That might do it.
If your AC is 17, you get hit by both of them, don't you?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think that's. Yeah.
Oh, all right, yeah. So he hits you with the 13 and the 8. All right. It's the end of his turn. Marrow.
Thank fucking Christ. Okay. So if we mortally wound Jace, then that's the end of it, right? Like his
And
companions will not.
You
continue
were told that even if you were to injure him mortally, there are healers waiting on the
fighting.
sideline.
No. I mean it like kill the king, right? Like if you.
No, you need to take it's whichever side is left standing.
Okay. Well, okay. I'm trying to highlight. Let's go, girls.
Now, down and now,
We're just gonna. Well, hold on. No, okay, we need to Thank you. Wait, hold on. Sorry. There we go. Good God. All right. We're attacking Jace.
Yep. The 19 hits. The other bite from Dirt misses, and as a reaction, he is going to riposte and he is going to make a attack. Yep, against that creature. So he is going to make a attack against dirt. He's going to hit dirt, I assume.
Yeah.
All right. That is his reaction to do so.
Yep,
Alright.
that's it. That's all I can do.
Did you roll your Frosty at the start of a turn?
Oh, no. What is it?
Should still be 1d4, I think, +1.
It's just 1d4, right? Because I don't have...
I think you get a free one because you're level 5.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, let me double check that. Yeah, I think so. Alright, whatever. Alright, now it is the trick shot's turn. They are heavily singed by just everything that just happened. They're going to raise their crossbows,
I'm
and they're
getting
going
shot
to
at.
use the ricocheting bolt ability. So they're each going to make 2 attacks. The first one is going to shoot first at Galahadron. And then that is going to
Missed.
ricochet to Abel. And that is with disadvantage, because you are dodging.
Alright, well, that still hits.
Yep. And
Could have
then
been worse.
nope. Then the other one is going to shoot at... I think they're going to shoot at Aelina. And then is going to ricochet and hit Marrow.
It doesn't hit, right?
No,
Is that the
14
second
misses.
shot? Okay. I was
Yep.
just trying to understand how it calculated.
Yep. Alright. And that is their turn. Abel.
Okay. I am going to move. So I'm going to end dash. So that's 35 feet. And then 25 feet is a total of 60 without provoking opportunity attacks. So I can mark them.
Okay.
And that means I'm not dodging this turn. But let's see. Who's going? I'm going to spend 2 leadership dice to put a rallying mark on Jace.
Okay.
I'm just gonna shout to, I got these 2. You get Jace, Aelina. And so he's now got 2 dice from a rallying mark on him.
Alright. Sounds good.
And that's it for me.
Alright. At the end of your turn, Jace, as his second villainous action, is going to shout, "Form up!" And
Sure, you want to do that?
yep. Everybody that he shouts this command at can move. Let's see. How far can they move? Up to their speed without provoking opportunity attacks.
Shit.
Shoop.
Oh yeah, bunch yourself over there. Get him, Phelan.
I was about to say, form up is a bold thing to yell when I got another 3 psi points on deck.
Yep.
It's gonna cash me out, but it's a bold thing to scream.
Oh hell yeah, let's go.
Gonna go there. Alright. And then as they do that, they take a defensive stance, and attacks against them have disadvantage for until the end of the current round.
Foretell College.
Alright. The 2 knaves. Just double check how many of these they get. Alright, so they are going to try to shield bash Aelina. Nope. And the other one. Nope. Alright. that didn't work. And then we're just gonna hit her with a mace.
When
We're
all
always
else
attacking
fails.
They're going to exploit opening on the mace hits. No.
Yep.
All right. No, that's them. They're really trying to knock you down, and they are not succeeding at it. All right, Galahadron.
Galahadron help?
Everybody left. Galahadron's gonna go over here and
That's the
bonus
fun way.
action make the sword magic. This one right here. And then hit the northern man.
All right,
with the
you have
sword.
disadvantage, but you miss anyways.
Oh, right.
All right, you do get a second attack.
Right, yes.
All right, but it is with disadvantage.
Alright, now we can do that by clicking on one of these.
The down arrow. Yeah. Oh, yep, that still hits. That hits. Yep. All right. He is looking hurt.
Excellent.
Anything else?
No.
All right, Aelina.
All right, let's go. Swinging at Jace first. Wow.
That hits.
Okay.
Does that double the dice for my? 'Cause
Yeah.
He's marked. All right.
Yeah.
So he takes 17 extra damage, and Aelina heals for 17.
Woo!
You like slash him across the chest, and he doubles over and just sheared right through his armor.
This seems like a wildly fucked up way to prove you're worthy of holding a sword.
I mean, to prove you're worthy to, serve with the royal. Like usually this is like somebody petitions to become a knight, and they're like, okay, prove yourself. Aelina
Yeah.
was going to skip that because she was scouted, but then you guys kind of did a political faux pas, so it's back to this.
I didn't do a political faux pas.
No, Abel did.
That's all I'm good for.
So it would seem.
I'm gonna hit Jace again. No.
That misses. He is going to use his riposte action. He is going to swing at you with his longsword, and he is going to exploit opening.
God damn
Is this a basic trait of his, or is it something he has?
It's
like,
a
used
reaction. It's a reaction he can do every turn. It is his reaction.
Okay, so now if I miss, he doesn't get that.
No, because he only has one reaction
Okay.
a turn.
So I want to make sure.
There are some monsters that can have multiple reactions a turn because they're little bitches, but no, not this guy.
Okay, so I'm gonna second wind. Fuck you.
Spiders.
Give me
man.
my 11 back. And then I'm gonna. How's Jace looking?
He is bloodied.
Tell me better, me.
And the knaves?
One of them is bloodied. The other is untouched.
Yeah, but they also have you have disadvantage until the end of this turn.
Yes, I'm gonna continue.
Oh, which I forgot to do for a previous one. So.
To hit Jace.
All right, that's with disadvantage. So.
Jace has Jace has
Yep.
disadvantage. Too?
Any
What?
per his order, if he's within 5 feet of an ally, you have disadvantage against him.
I think that's a little bitch
Yes.
move.
Yeah. Well, he's a boss character.
Man.
Like the fireball and the grouping thing really fucked up the difficulty of this encounter.
Both bonus action. The second bonus action.
You already
Alright.
second winded. So.
Correct.
All right. Anything else?
No, that's it.
All right. failing.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to get up closer. Ew.
Yucky.
I'm saying. I can.
Wait,
Okay. What?
sorry, not. I was gonna say, Lev, didn't he use his reaction to dirt? So he wouldn't get that on Aelina? Am I incorrect?
Oh no, you're right. I thought that it was the new. I forgot his place in the order. So Aelina, go ahead, and he wasn't able to do that. Yep.
You get your health back.
Yep. I forgot that you went after him. I thought you went before him.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Thank you.
I didn't mean to interrupt.
This is what happens when Parf pays attention.
That's why we keep. That's why we keep doing RP. Otherwise, it gets to be too much. All right. Which of the two people in front of Galahadran?
They're both looking fucked up.
Which one's looking less
The
fucked up?
the one to the
This-
east is
this one.
just barely hanging in there.
Okay, then we'll hit the one to the west.
Waste.
All right. I'm gonna hit him with an amplified lightning blast. For each die of lightning damage dealt, we'll do 2d8. A 1d4 can arc to someone else, and it can multiple arcs can hit the same person. So West is getting 2d8. East is getting 2d4.
Okay, are these attack rolls or?
That's what I was just gonna look up. I believe it's an attack roll. You
All right. If it
blasting a
is,
target
that's
within.
disadvantage.
Make a ranged spell attack against the target. It has disadvantage.
Because they're in a defensive stance.
Those bitches. That's fine. How do I? Can I just click? I can just. Can't I? Yeah.
All right.
And then.
Down arrow for disadvantage. Oh, yeah.
So I don't know what damage that just rolled.
Uh,
Okay. Well, he got a 7, and the other one got a 4.
go ahead. Is it the same attack versus both, or?
Yeah. So I mean, it's one attack. It's just I amplified it, so it does the same thing. It's kind of like a crit. So you just roll 2 of the same dice both times. So 2d8, 2d4.
Okay, you need to roll another d8 and d4 then, don't you?
Yes, sir.
It doesn't matter. They're both unconscious.
Okay. Well, that was fun. I don't really have anything bonus action E. Casting takes a full action, so okay. Can't heal anybody.
It is now Jace's turn. He sort of looks at that which just happened and is just like, oh, didn't know that you had a wizard. And he is going to kick you again, Aelina. Strength save.
No.
Yep, and then he is going to make his attacks at you. 1 attack. 2 attack. He's going to exploit opening with that. How many does he get? Yeah, he just
I think
gets
that's
the
his
2 in
last
the bonus
one.
action.
That's his last exploit opening, rather.
Yep. All right. There we go. So it's, yep.
How do you know how many
Back
exploit openings he has?
Lev said
they
he had
get
3.
they get 3. Yeah.
Ah.
They technically each have 3. All right. It's the end of his turn. Marrow.
Right.
Yeah.
It's 1d4 plus 1 for the. So it'd be 1d4 plus 2 or 1d4 plus
Yep.
3?
I think it's 1d4 plus 3.
Okay. Hello? Okay. So that puts me over into Rampage.
Mhm.
Which can. How does.
Animal handling check to see with DC equal to, I think, like, whatever your ferocity is.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah.
doesn't happen, you can take your
And
turn.
then how does Rampage work? It takes all of the ferocity, right? It puts me back to 0.
if you do rampage, which you rolled high enough where you can avoid it, but if you do rampage, then it makes one attack and it spends all the ferocity to add damage to the attack equal to the ferocity. But you succeed on the animal handling, so it doesn't need to happen. You can just take your turn regularly.
Well, let's do that then. I mean, I'm not gonna use it for anything.
Yeah, you can
let's
also
use it
just
for-
choose to have him go on a rampage.
That's what I'm saying. I want to use the rampage
Yeah.
to add the additional damage to
Yep.
his attack.
Then it is an attack, and then how much? And then you get a free attack as well.
It
So yeah,
was
how much is the rampage?
11. So 20.
He is looking rough.
And then 13. So 33 total.
All right, and then Marrow they get a free attack from the rampage, but Marrow gets their regular attack as well. That is enough to hit. Come on, buddy. Come on, system. You can do it. There we go. He is at 1 HP.
Okay, that's it for me.
All right. The trick shots are all down. Abel.
He said he's at 1 HP.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come in and I'm just gonna like clothesline him with my dagger from behind.
Okay.
You're gonna chaos me like that.
Where's
Kill stealing son of a bitch.
my
All
dagger?
right, let Abel find his dagger somewhere at the bottom of his bag.
I mean, I have it. It's just for whatever reason it's not showing up. Okay. Here we
It's
go.
probably not equipped or something. Yeah. Yeah. How do you sort of you lay him out?
Yeah, I'm just gonna punch him, knock him out.
Yeah. He
Um,
collapses to the dirt. The other two are like, Sir Jace, and they're not giving up because they know the rules of the thing, and they're gonna. If you took out their leader, they're gonna try their best to take out yours. So.
okay. Well, I'm gonna step here because I have one more thing. They're gonna go next. How is the guy who's next to me looking?
Pretty rough.
They're all looking rough.
No, the guy above Aelina has been untouched.
Son of a bitch.
Let's see if we can take care of him. Nope. But I am gonna spend 2 leadership dice and distract him.
Okay.
So he's gonna. It's minus 2d6 to attack anyone other than me for this guy.
All right. All right. Anything else?
That's it for me.
All right, well, you've just taken out his boss, so he's gonna see that, and he's like, "They're gonna let you get away with that." And he's sufficiently taunted, and he's going to exploit opening on that. Nope.
I mean, it's
Shield
been a rough
bash does
day.
nothing. And he's just gonna give you a nice regular warp. There you go.
Ouch.
At least hits you with that. And the other guy going to try his best to knock down Aelina. Nope. He's gonna exploit opening that. Hey! DC 14 strength save, Aelina. You are not knocked prone. And he's just gonna smack you with his Morning Star. And he doesn't have any more exploit openings. So yeah, they're panicking. They're trying to do their best, but they kind of see the writing on the wall. But for their honor, they will not surrender. Galahadran. You're surrounded by 2 unconscious, gently smoking archers.
Gently smoking.
They got zapped.
All right.
They got lit ablaze and then zapped.
It's so hard to read the numbers. All right.
Oh, I had to
Go
zoom
this
in.
way. Hit.
No misses.
And then hit.
That hits. Alright, anything else?
No.
Alright, Aelina.
Let's go. Bam. Do. How's this one looking again?
Bloodied. Bloodied.
Okay. I'm gonna do 2 swings on the bloodied one.
Yep. That one misses.
And then I'm gonna unleash incarnation. And I'm just gonna swing it from my glaive.
Actually, you're flanking him, so that one would have hit as well. And that one hits as well, and he is unconscious.
I'm gonna slowly turn my attention to the one that is now properly surrounded.
Oh, yeah. He raises his shield defiantly, and he's like, "It's been a good match. See you through to the end."
You as
Pleasure
well.
talking to you, boys.
What gallant spirit.
Yeah. I would say Aelina and Abel. I haven't given this guy a name because he's not going to be important in any way, shape, or form. But you probably know him. Like these are not just like some palace guard schmucks. Like these are like the official retainers of the right hand knight of the Prince of the Realm. Like these are not just nobodies. Like you've probably know that these guys are good. And Aelina, you are probably surprised by how easy this is, considering what you know of Jace and his retinue.
I do apologize for this, Adrian. It has been a good bout.
We did not expect you to bring a wizard. Don't know where you found one.
Wandering in the woods, if you'd believe.
I don't. But apparently, yes. I'm just glad I didn't get hit by that fireball like everyone else. Alright, Phelan, you're up.
Okay, I think I'm just gonna hit you with just a normal fire blast.
Alright. Yeah. Oh.
I'm so glad I didn't get hit by that fire blast. Ah!
Ah! Why? Alright, anything else?
Did that not do him?
No, he's fresh.
Son of a
That brought him to almost bloodied, but he hasn't taken any other damage.
I mean, no. That's all. I can't do another attack, so.
Yep. Alright, Marrow.
Come on.
Yep, both hit. Doing
That's it.
anything special on this? Putting any sauce on him?
No sauce.
No, no
Got
sauce.
no sauce.
All right, well, you got
Didn't
blood.
download that patch.
He's bleeding. All right, Abel.
I'm just gonna pat Aelina on the shoulder and just be like, finish this. And I'm gonna give Aelina and Galahadrin my attacks.
Hell yeah, let's go.
All right, Galahadrin, you got
Yep.
three attacks. Anything else, Abel?
I think I'm good. I'm
Alright.
just gonna sit back.
The 15 and the 23 both hit. And that second one, just as he's focused on Aelina, he's like, well, at least I'll go down in. And Galahadrin, I imagine, just bonks him in the back of the head with his blunted sword, and he just goes down. Sack of bricks. Yeah, there's...
As he falls, she leaves. but I am going to. Oop.
Yeah, there's a bit of like after the fireball, there's just been a lot of excitement and stuff. But as the last one falls, there's cheers. There's also a bunch of people like, where did she find these? You know, there's a wizard. There's, is that Abel Whitewater? What is he doing in there? There's a giant monstrous dog just biting at them. Deacons come in and they attend to the wounded, they heal them, and they make sure they're stable and everything. They're still rough and fucked up, but they're alive. They're sort of escorted off the pitch. The prince and princess sort of stand and start clapping, and everybody else joins in. Rowan is just like giving it the good old Shia LaBeouf, just
Everybody group
very
up for a
excited.
bow.
The only person who is clapping harder than Rowan is Count Chelton Castle, who was just losing his goddamn mind over Abel. Yes, that's it, my boy. Very good. Just like the lady sort of sitting next to him was just like clapping along politely as well, and just like looking on, just very appreciatively and like impressed by this whole display. But yeah, you guys are victorious. The princess sort of stops clapping. The rest of the audience stops as well, and she's like, I believe that I speak for us all when I say that was a impressive showing for Aelina and her retinue. As congratulations, I would be, on behalf of the royal house, I am honored to extend to you an invitation to the knighthood.
I will take a knee in a bow.
Cheers as well, and it's like, And then, in celebration, I believe a banquet is in order. She claps her hands, and everybody sort of exits display and makes their way to the palace, sort of like, dining room area. And there is a banquet that is thrown for you, and the various guests and such come by, and they all congratulate you in turn. A lot of nobles, some of them probably recognized and familiar with, others that you've probably never heard of as well. Most of them are definitely trying to shake Aelina's hand, but they are also coming around to the rest of you guys and like congratulating you and introducing themselves and such. Abel Chelton Castle just like pushes his way past other people and grabs you in a big bear hug. It's like, oh, Abel, my boy, I was so worried about you. How are you holding up? You look good. You look good.
Thank you. Oh, it's been a rough few weeks, let me tell you.
I have heard, my boy. I have heard. If you have time later, then I would like to sit down and discuss some of those things for you. But no need to sour these accomplishments. Let's have a party today.
Yes,
No.
I could use the party.
Good. This fellow seems like he's very good at throwing parties.
Galahad
You
is
there?
the best at throwing parties, let me tell you.
Oh,
Woo!
yes, and this is well. I should introduce you. Abel, this is Countess Tiffany von Euben. She is the Countess of Trentham. The sort of.
Rose, be sure to ask.
Is she hot?
I mean, the token's right there.
Hmm.
Probably more pretty than hot. I don't know. I'm not the person to ask.
She looks nice.
Yeah.
Like I mean, like she looks like a nice person.
Yeah, she's pretty.
Yeah, she sort of comes up. She's halfling with sort of pointed ears and such. Probably a bit of a half-elven ancestry there somehow. And she sort of curtsies and is like, Master Whitewater, I've heard so much about you from Count Chilton Castle.
Take a bow. It's a pleasure to meet you, Countess. What can I do for you?
Oh, well, I believe that just congratulations are in order for your successful showing. You seem to avail yourself quite well on the battlefield with your companions.
Thank you. We've been through quite a lot together.
I can imagine. I admire a man who can keep his head on the battlefield. If you have time later, please, I would know if you would like to join me for dinner at some point. Oh, I'm sure
Yeah.
he'd be more than happy to. Yes, Gav, we can have dinner together. Just the three of us. How about tomorrow evening? Yes.
Could I bring Galahadrin?
Of course. The boy is great at parties. Would love to have him. Bring your
The
whole
whole
retinue.
the whole retinue, yes.
Yes. Get a nice elk carcass from Marrow. I'm sure he'd enjoy that.
Yes, I think so.
Yes, I will leave those preparations in your hands, Gavin. But yes, no, don't keep me from your throng of adoring fans. It was a pleasure to meet you, Abel.
Okay, can I get like a vibe check?
She's flirting with you.
Yeah, go ahead and do insight.
I want to do it too.
Yeah, anybody can. You are
No,
free to roll
it's easy.
insights.
She's flirting with you.
Y'all,
You may always
you
vibe
two
check.
especially are being thronged by people. Very put off.
Listen, I don't need an insight check to tell what that was all about.
It's like I feel like it would be impolite to refuse, but also
You're
I'm
spoken for.
She
spoken
is
for.
also-
I'm in a committed relationship.
She is not a countess in Trentham. She is the countess of Trentham.
Oh shit!
What does that mean?
She's basically the governor of the second largest city in the country.
Okay.
Trentham was the place with like the temple to Carrick. There was like the gardens and such.
Right. That I walked through with Galahadrin.
Yes.
So those would be her gardens.
Those would be her gardens, yes.
Yeah. Oh, you must tell. Galahadrin and I had a lovely walk through the gardens at Trintham. I'm sure that.
Don't sugarcoat it. Say date.
Oh, you did, Gavin. You didn't tell me that he was in Trentham. I would have invited him to to my castle. It's like, what, Abel, you didn't let me know either. Did you sail through the river? Did you come through my territory and didn't even say hello? My boy.
We were in a bit of a hurry.
I'm wounded.
My deepest apologies.
I have lay on hands.
This wound can only be closed by good drink. And he slaps you on the back and goes to get some wine and just like laughs to himself.
Okay.
I don't want to be a dick, but we were in a bit of a hurry, but not too big a hurry. I couldn't take a walk through the gardens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
true.
always time to walk through the gardens.
Well, I didn't want to bother him. It just felt like
Sure.
it would be imposing.
No. It was also his regions are on the river, but north of Trentham. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was like, well, the next time you're in Trentham, I would be more than happy to give both of you a private tour of the gardens, including the my private areas of them.
That would be lovely.
Good. But yes, don't let me keep you. And she just sort of curtsies and then shuffles off.
Okay. So Abel got a 7 on his insight.
Abel is overwhelmed by
Okay.
all the different people.
Okay, so this doesn't stand out to him then. Okay.
That's up to you. You choose for this sort of thing. You don't read anything off of her because you're kind of overwhelmed. You are free to come to conclusions about what your character is thinking and doing,
Okay.
based on whatever you think is appropriate.
Could I make like a history check to figure out if like Chelton Castle's trying to set me up or something like that?
Yeah.
Would that be like?
History, insight, yeah, but that can be a separate one because that's like to get vibes on your uncle, basically.
Okay, we'll do an insight. Nope, we don't know what he's thinking.
Your uncle is just a wild card.
He is.
Could
Okay.
be setting you up. Could just legitimately want to have dinner with everybody. He's a very sociable person.
He's just rolling dice and seeing where they land. I respect that.
Yep. Phelan, you are mobbed by nobles who do not get to see wizards, who are not their stuffy ancient relatives very often.
Yeah.
And they are asking you all manner of questions. Your choice of deception or arcana.
Good. Let me get back into the room with which I can roll.
Okay.
Pour time to pour a milk. All right. Oh, deception's a little better.
You are fortunate in that the people that you are talking to also do not understand magic, but you get the feeling that if anybody who is asking you questions about how you did that spellcraft, if they know what they're talking about, then they're probably you're winging it and you are not doing it amazingly. So
Yeah.
yeah, but you are able to for the people in here who do not know what they're talking about either. It is enough to get through the evening without anybody pinning you to the wall.
I'll take it.
All right. So yeah, the party is in full swing. You guys are the sort of guests of honor. Like a half hour after the party starts, the defeated retinue sort of walk in. Jace comes up to you, Aelina, and he's like, "That was a tremendous showing, Aelina. It was very well good. I look forward to working with you in the future." And he holds out his hand for a shake.
I will clasp his like whole forearm in that knight, like
Yeah.
brotherhood style.
He clasps it back, sort of claps a hand on your back, sort of pulls you close and says in your ear, "It's like, that wizard was a dirty trick." And just pats you good-naturedly. Is taking it in stride, but you can definitely you don't even need to roll insight. He is wounded, but also understands that that was not a fair fight in his favor. So
I'll smile at him and be like, I think you're going to need more fireproof clothes, Jace.
yeah, no, she's right. You know, Jace. And Rowan comes up. Is like, "Yeah, you give it a good show, but Aelina always has the best around her." Rowan hands you a glass of wine. It's
I
like,
will take it.
Aelina, it has been far too long. Cheers.
Ooh.
Congratulations on your victory and your knighthood.
Well, thank you.
Did you get my letter?
I did. And I believe I returned a letter. I don't remember.
I do not have a note saying you did.
I did. The last few... Oh, God. Has it been months? Have we been doing this for months?
Well, a month is 45 days, so in our understanding, yes, it's been about 45 days that you guys have been doing this. So
The last month has truly been the most confusing, action-packed, eventful. I think time ever in my entire stay in Bossmar, and that is including all of the years at school.
can imagine the princess has told me some of it, but that's I would love to be able to catch up over dinner sometime.
I'd like that.
Good. Yeah, don't let me keep you from your admirers. And he looks around as a lot of people are like, he cut in line to talk to you, kind of. He sort of soft chuckles and walks over. He passes Abel, by the way, and like Abel gives you a hearty slap on the shoulder. It's like, Whitewater! Slap. Good to see you, boy. You looked very good out there. You've improved. But Aelina's been, those sparring sessions have definitely paid off.
In spades, for sure.
News.
Rowan, have you met our wizard, Phelan?
I had not. Hello, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening. Yes. What am I saying here?
What are you saying? What
I
is
know.
it?
Give me a second. Rowan Alenthe, at your service.
You may call me Phelan. I don't
Mr.
believe
Phelan?
I've read anything about you, as I acquainted myself with the nobles of this area.
Do a history check.
That I can do. On.
Are you lying on purpose?
Yes.
Okay. Do a deception check.
Ah! Shit.
You wound me, Master Phelan. That's, oh well. Uh, I would love to get to know you more, if that's what you would like, as you can avail yourself of the intricacies of court politics, if you wish. I'm
After
sure they
he
would.
wounded
I would
you?
love that.
They can't be much more complicated than the arcane.
You would be surprised.
Uh,
I find the arcane comes remarkably easy to me. Politics does not.
You are a lucky man in that case. I envy you in your much simpler field of manipulating reality instead of whining and dining with the peerage. And he sort of looks around at the peerage who are like around him with an earshot. But yes, no, it's good showing out there today. I was very fortunate that Aelina found you. I hope that you will stand by her side in the future.
I'm not going anywhere.
Good man, good man. Nice hearty pat on the shoulder as well. Looks over at Mero's like, oh, and who's this little good boy?
Oh, fuck yeah.
It's
Who's
just
boy? Here you
Phelan and
go. And
Aelina
he like
sipping.
reaches over to a plate and like grabs a steak like off the sort of off a table, just like gives you a steak, and it's like, well, you did very well as well. You should have a treat for that. Oh, you're biting him?
Yes.
Galahadron will protect. Use a reaction to protect to make you roll disadvantage.
Well, it's still a 22 to hit because you only get to attack. All right, are you serious? Like, bite? Where are you biting him?
That's
Because you
not
get a good.
The
good.
hand.
Okay, are you locking on, or are you just like nipping him?
Warning strike. So.
Oof! He sort of jumps back. His hand has like a gash all across the top of it. He's bleeding heavily from it. It's like,
Oh my.
I'm sorry.
Dreadfully sorry.
I will step forward.
Oof. No,
And
that's my fault. That's my fault. I thought since you had him that he was more trained than that. I shouldn't
It's
have
more
gotten
that
that close,
he doesn't
especially with food.
He doesn't
He's a
appreciate being
warhound.
he doesn't appreciate being patronized.
I was just. I have. He sort of just looks at you confused. It's just like, this is. Meryl hasn't talked yet.
Yeah.
Nope.
Mara, what did we talk about? What did we say about
He
biting
took 12
someone?
points of damage. He needs a bit more than 5
That's
healing.
all I have.
you heal him a little bit. He closes slightly.
I'll give him 5.
Mero says maybe next time you'll think before you put your hand near somebody's mouth. What did you expect to happen?
I was just trying to give you a snack. Apologies. Thank you. Thank you, Aelina, and thank you, I'm sorry, I haven't introduced myself, and he starts to hold out his bloody hand to Galahadrim and, like, pulls it back just sheepishly, just, like, not sure what to do.
I am the Green Knight, Galahadron.
Another knight in, the
Yes,
retinue.
that's
I
right.
can see why you availed yourself so well in the fight. I'm going to go and put ice on this. You all, please don't let me ruin your party, and he just sort of slinks away. You guys healed him for 10. He still took 2 damage. Like if I didn't have a better stat block for him, he'd be dead.
Oh yeah, if he was a commoner, he'd be instantly dead.
If he was a commoner, he'd be instantly dead. You're lucky he's a bit of a himbo.
He'll be fine.
Yeah, eventually. Yeah. All right. But yeah, the party is otherwise. You guys are the center of attention. I think I've gone through all the people who would. I don't know. Rebecca Tregonwell would be approaching Galahadron and making sure Galahadron has drinks, but she's been doing that for like the majority of the week, anyways. So. Although I think here she'd be like, "Oh, Galahadron, that was a brilliant showing." But you know, these parties, I've been enjoying our time at the taverns and stuff. So, but have you thought of coming to Avency? It's a much more upbeat environment for these parties. It can get a bit stuffy here in Bossmar. They're a bit provincial.
Are we going to Avency?
Well, I would hope so. As you and Abel both have my invitation, along with all your friends.
Sure, we can go to Avency.
Wonderful. Just let me know when. I'm sure that you have important duties that you need to attend to with the royal family.
Probably.
Yeah, she's like, kind of, Abel, or I imagine that you're keeping an eye on her.
Yeah, I can cut in at this point.
Yeah, she kind of like is done. She thought that was gonna take a bit more. She's like, oh well,
Yes,
enjoy the party.
I'm sure we'll make our way to Avency at some point, but
I do hope so. It's a wonderful city, full of history and culture that you just can't see out here, even in Norest.
Is that true?
was the former capital of uh, as the capital of the whole region, yeah,
Oh.
and really still a cultural center.
Yep, even filled with undead.
Yep,
Well, this might have been the place we were banned from going to.
it was, yeah. Well, Aelina was, so
Well,
theoretically, if the rest of the party wanted to go, then
that would be silly.
yeah,
We wouldn't do that.
Well, she's already wandered off because you said yes, and she is now going to probably prepare for that. So
Okay, well, I didn't say when.
you didn't say when, but you did say that you were going to.
um,
Which is more significant for Galahad than the rest of you.
but she doesn't know that.
No, she doesn't. But Galahad does. But
Yeah.
yeah. Are there any other interactions you guys would like to have while at this party?
Can we put a pause on Party Town for next week?
Put a
I'm
pause
so
on.
sleepy.
You cut out there.
Oh, she's sleeping.
Oh, you just eepy?
I'm just eepy, and I want to focus, but
I think it would be more stop when party stops. I think the party is already winding down.
Yeah,
in
the
a
party is
narrative
winding
sense.
down. Are there any other things that you guys would like to do in the meantime?
nah.
I imagine I will be contacted by mages in in fairly short order. Other than that, no.
I'm sure the other knights will want to talk to me, but
There's. Okay. Then if people are getting EP, so you guys do need to let me know what your sort of next steps are after this, because you guys could take another extended rest and just keep on extended resting until the ceremony to swear in as knights, or you can try and do other things either in the city or outside the city.
Well, you said that the archbishop, had found some ruins in Lothram that we could potentially go to.
Yeah, he would actually come up to you at the party and say that he found, he was asked by the princess to look in Lothram, and he did find some candidates. Not in Lothram, but in the Knoll lands that used to be part of Lothram.
Any close enough that we could get to them and back before the ceremony?
5, 10, 15, 20.
but we're also going to Lothram with the princess.
That's
You
true.
will eventually be going, yeah. So you could do them, I think overland, you would need to go, like, I think that's further than, because there's no roads or riverways or whatnot, so that's just hoofing it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's more than a 10-day trip to get to, because you
Okay,
also
cool.
have to, when you're in the Knoll lands, then you have to contend with, gnolls.
Right.
Anything that would be to, like, Lost Runes areas is probably further than a trip. Places that you could go within 10 days, Gold Cliff and Pontem, like, because it's 10 days there and 10 days back. Probably to the front lines, if you really
Shit.
like it. I don't know why, but just things you
Yeah,
could
but
get
we
to.
could.
The front lines of the war with Colmar, also the front lines of, like, the war against the Wrathwastes or the Nolands. Like, you could get to Walden and back easily. Like, that's not even, that's probably just, like, there and back in 5 days, honestly. And I think that at this point you could probably just, like, get to Avency and maybe get back if you left immediately. So that's probably
Yeah.
out of the question.
Yeah. Well, so one of the other things we asked about was if there were any scouts that had identified targets we could hit on the front lines with the Wrath Wastes. So if there was something like that, that would be a good target to hit next week.
There are constantly back and forth skirmishes. I don't think. What was that for?
It
Why'd
says
you guys
that
make a
party
death
maker
save?
is dead. And I
No.
pressed the little skull, and it did
No.
it.
Why?
It has 0
No.
hit points.
Oh no. Your party's dead. We gotta start over.
TPK at a party?
TPK from right there. Just at a party. You guys
A
just
role
got
playing
fucking wasted.
TPK?
Yeah. Then I haven't made,
All right. Well, who am I rolling now?
and then that's Rowan. So, but yeah, vacant. There's constantly things. It's more of like the front lines with the Wrathwaste are far more of like a World War I type thing, where they're just like dug in as hard as they can and just fighting back and forth across the no man's land. So there's probably, I'm not sure how the princess would feel about sending you on those missions because they have a very high fatality rate.
Yeah, but you have a wizard.
This is, if anybody would be allowed to go, competency-wise, it'd probably be you, but she, if you raise the question to her, she is just like going to try and, no. I want you to help me with Lothram. I don't want you to go to the Wrathwaste. It's, yeah.
Real quick, Father, if I may,
Yes?
have you heard from Sabrina? I've tried contacting her and have gotten nowhere over the course of the last week.
No, how have you... You wrote her a letter? I'm sure it should be waiting at her desk when she returns.
Do you know where she went?
She went away on some personal business, I assume. She's allowed her time off.
Forgive me, I don't understand. I don't fully comprehend the workings of the church here. For a week? Without telling anyone?
He sort of looks and he's like, I think, it's not my duty to keep as close an eye on every single one of my flock. She's free to do as she wishes, especially with her unique duties. He sort of just gives you an eye, just like, wink, wink.
Sure. Alright, well, if you hear anything.
Well, of course. I'm sure that any messages you left for her, she'll be able to look at as soon as she's back. Any day now. Any day.
Thank you.
Are those meat pies? Roll me over there! And the attendant just rolls him in his wheelchair over.
We can all agree that's not good.
Oh yeah, she's super
The
dead.
meat pies? No, they're great.
No, the meat pies fucking rock. But the disappeared priestess is probably not ideal.
I'm kind of stumped on places to go that would be kind of within our radius.
I would like to have another vision with this after this long extended
Wouldn't we
rest.
all love to have another vision?
Truly.
Yeah, you want to ask a question?
Then
Do you want to ask it here, or do you like parties over next day and then ask it?
I'll do it the next day.
Okay. If there's nothing else people want to do for the party, we can fast forward to the next day.
I also want to go to bed.
All right.
It's
Well,
a
do you want to
vision.
ask the
You'll be
question
okay.
now, or like?
No. Yes, actually. I'm really gonna focus in on not the last vision, but the vision before. Of Owen, myself.
So the way that ability works is when you go to make a history check about something,
Yes.
you can instead choose to automatically succeed through a vision. So you can't just focus on a vision. You need to ask me a question, and a memory is going to like spring to mind unbidden. You do not have the ability to just sit, meditate, and pull something out. It is, you will be thinking of something, and then that will sort of like narratively wise, manifest to answer it. So you need to ask me a question. You can't just say this, but more.
Well, there was going to be a question.
Okay. Yeah.
But what? Because my question was, what led to it, whatever it was, being my fault? But I don't know if that is too broad of a question. But
I don't think that's a history check
that's my
question.
problem.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I also got distracted. I'm gonna think about it. I don't have anything
Okay,
in
that's
mind.
fine. Yeah. But yeah, so you could go there. You guys could go to Trentham. You could go to the Rowan's estate. You can bunch of different stuff. You also aren't officially a knight, so if you want to go to the Wrathwaste and just hop over the border and just waste some people and see what you can find, you can certainly do that.
I would like to potentially start working towards figuring out what the Genesis is and what the hell is happening to and around me. If everyone else is comfortable with potentially just diving straight into a Phelan story.
Okay. I just need, so I can prepare for next week, I just need a concrete, we are going to go here and we are going to try and do this. And we got half an hour of time left to do it. So
Personally, I'd love to go and start doing intrigue on figuring out what's happening to me in this city. If everyone else is cool with that, then
Yes.
we begin the hunt of what the hell is happening with
That sounds
the
good.
Genesis.
Okay, so we're going to do city intrigue involving Genesis. What is your starting thing?
Trying to hunt down anything related to Gary, where Serena went, and if push comes to shove, just sort of making people aware of who I am. I will also.
Aren't you from Walden?
I am. Yeah.
Didn't Lev say that Walden was a place that we could go within the time limit? Do you
Yes,
think we'll
but
find any
actually,
answers there?
this is a good time to bring that up. The letter I received back from
You want me to make it
the
public?
father. Yeah, go ahead and make it public. Leads me to believe that Walden probably isn't the best place to go. The first paragraph's all that really matters.
Show players. There you go. Oh wait, it actually wasn't received 18 more. It was received 23rd.
What is going
23
on?
more. There we go.
Notably,
Yeah,
while they read.
Walden is sort of like the largest wood elf sort of like refugee encampment. It is also where the church outreach program is headquartered, as well as where it serves as a sort of logistic hub for the army of Bosmarv. It is part of the alliance holding back the Wrathwace, along with the citizens of the Garen Woods, as well as Garen Dune.
So, I have my story, how I have it typed up in my little thing, is that I was fishing on a pond in Valden, and then my powers came about, and I ran alone. I have no memory of leaving with the other two.
So the other two being Serena and who else?
Gary.
Gary.
Gary is from my town.
Meow.
Yes.
And you do know that when you met up with Gary previously, he said that he left after you did.
Yeah.
So letter isn't necessarily implying that Gary went with you, but Gary has, did likewise leave.
Serena and I left ostensibly together.
Yes.
Gary left quickly after me.
Yep.
But I thought I left alone. So whatever is happening to us from Walden, that's turning our hair green and making something called Genesis interested in us, did not happen in Walden. It happened after we left. So yeah, city intrigue. I'm going to try hunting down several things.
Okay.
Hopefully Parth will be helpful enough to sniff out where this girl went.
I do something.
Well, thank you.
Okay. All right. Is that just going to be the sole focus? Are there any other things you guys are going to want to try and intrigue out, or?
I mean, we've done all of my things, so.
Yeah.
We had an able arc.
Yep, I'm a free agent now.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you've got a dinner to go to. I'm not sure
That's
how
true.
much we want to do that.
I mean, I guess
We should all go to dinner.
unless there's something unexpected that's going to happen there, I think we can assume that it's somewhat awkward. But then they get the picture of what's happening. And I guess you have to decide if they are willing to take no for an answer from me.
That's fair. Okay. All right. I think that should be enough to work with for me. So, are there any Vagabond had to head out because she's EP? Any other questions or things people want to go over, or are we good?
I think we're set.
I think I'm good for now.
All right.
Alright, I'm going to stop recording then.